everybody, JC here from Toy News International, and it's election day here in America. So first let me just say, if you live here in the United States and you are of age and a registered voter and everything, I do hope that you go out today, if you haven't already, and vote. I think it's very important. You know, I'm not here to tell you who you should vote for or anything like that. I think your vote does matter. I know it doesn't always seem that way, especially this year, but I really do think it's important that everyone who's a registered voter go out and vote. So that's my public service announcement for today. And definitely it'll be interesting to see how tonight plays out as far as who wins the election and everything. It's definitely going to be interesting. Anyway, though, what I'm really doing this video for is I got a couple letters from the P.O. Box that I wanted to read to you guys. Also, I wanted to go on and announce, officially announce or publicly announce the winner for the Deadpool figure I did the other day. In the Reveltech Deadpool figure review, I was giving away a Marvel Legends Deadpool. So we do have a winner, and they've claimed their prize. In fact, I mailed out the figure today before I went and voted. So the winner is James and Yori. That's their YouTube name. They're the ones that were picked in the drawing. And again, congrats to them. And thanks for everyone who participated. And frankly, thanks to everybody who watches my videos and takes the time to comment and share the videos and like the videos and everything. You know, I really do appreciate that and helping me grow this channel. So that's, you know, the contest is just my way of trying to say thanks to you guys. And I do plan on doing another contest soon. So, you know, stay tuned for those details. Now, finally, I just want to read these couple letters. And again, I also really appreciate it when you guys send in letters. That is really important to me when you just comment on a video. And I do try and read all those, or as much as I can. I don't always get to all of them, unfortunately, but I do try and read as many comments as I can. And definitely when you respond to me on Facebook or Twitter and stuff, I try and get back to you on those as well. But when you guys take the time to actually write a physical letter and put a stamp on it and mail it and everything, or show off your artwork and stuff, it means a whole lot to me. And the P.O. Box, if you do want to hit me up with a letter for a future video, is in the video description below. So just, you know, like I said, I really do appreciate it when you guys write in. So this week I got 2 letters in the P.O. Box. The first one comes from Enos. He's written to me a couple times, so definitely thank you for continuing to write with your questions, and he's sent artwork in the past, so I do appreciate that. So let's see what he has for us today. So it looks like we've got some more artwork here. Little comic strip, looks like. And a letter. So it says, "Hey JC, thank you for reading my second letter on your video of Pop Talk. Thanks for answering my questions. But in my point of view, I really wish they make a Joker figure as he always looks in the game, not the Killing Joke figure." So I'm assuming you mean the Arkham Knight Joker, because we have gotten regular Jokers from the previous Arkham video game, and he looks very similar, I think. But yeah, a new Joker, updated Arkham Knight Joker figure would definitely be cool, I think. And while we're on the subject of Arkham Knight figures, you had asked in the previous video about the Poison Ivy, the Arkham Knight Poison Ivy figure. And I did report this on Toy News International, but in case you missed it there, DC Collectibles did confirm for us that that figure has been canceled. Now, they didn't give me a specific reason why. I'm guessing it was due to lack of retailer interest, but definitely they do not plan on releasing that figure at this time. So let's see. Here are 3 main questions for you. What was your first reaction when you played Arkham Knight? I don't know if it was my first reaction, but the reaction I remember the most was I was not terribly impressed with the aspects of the game where you drive around the Batmobile. At first I thought it was kind of cool, but then I thought it got kind of boring and repetitive, especially like the scene where like you end up in the Riddler's tunnels and you're somehow got the Batmobile down there and you're driving around. That just, I don't know, it just got repetitive to me. So that was probably the thing that sticks out the most to me from that video game. I mean, otherwise, you know, it's very similar to the previous games, which I thought were pretty cool. Do you think Batman and Catwoman will ever have a love affair? Let's see. Well, I guess it depends on what your definition of love affair is. I mean, I think over the years, at times, they have had kind of a love interest, at least. Definitely in things like the movies and TV shows and stuff, we've seen that. So I think Catwoman is an interesting character for Bruce Wayne, and so when we do see stories like that, I definitely think it's an interesting thing. Actually, I'm sorry, I skipped a question. Who do you like better as Batman's sidekick? Batgirl, Robin, or Nightwing? Definitely Robin. As far as sidekicks go, I think Robin is the one true sidekick to Batman, and that's who I prefer. As far as which Robin, I kind of have a preference for Tim Drake, mainly because when I read Batman on a regular basis, that's who Robin was. I also like Dick Grayson, but I think I like Dick Grayson more as Nightwing, and I don't really think of Nightwing as a sidekick character. You know, he basically went off and became Nightwing because he didn't want to be the sidekick anymore. And so I don't like Nightwing as a sidekick. And then Batgirl I like, but again, less as a sidekick character. I like Batgirl kind of as her own thing. So as sidekicks go, like I said, Robin's definitely my choice. And I did send you artwork last time, but I don't know what happened to it. I don't either, because it was definitely not in the last envelope. So other than that, I hope you liked the letter I sent. P.S. My favorite Batman villain is Mad Hatter, or Hush, or Harley Quinn. All cool characters. Out of those three, I'd probably say Mad Hatter would be my favorite villain. I love Harley, though. Really, for me, Harley will always be the character that we saw in Batman the Animated Series. So I don't know if I've quite gotten on the Harley Quinn bandwagon. You know, she's obviously exploded in popularity since Suicide Squad and everything. But definitely she's a cool character. Mad Hatter, I think, is always an interesting character. Again, my biggest exposure to that character really comes more from probably the animated series than the comic books. And then more recently, he's been appearing a lot in the Gotham TV series. And definitely, I think it's kind of an interesting take they've been doing there with that character. Check out other paper for a sneak peek of the comic strip Batgirl's Hope. So definitely cool. Like I said, a little comic strip here. Got the Joker. And then we got Batgirl and Harley Quinn. Batgirl's got a little bit of blood coming down her lip. And let's see, Joker says, "What I have in store for him will have him knocked out." And then Batgirl says, "Let the commissioner go, clown." And Harley says, "Right, Puddin'." And then the Joker says, "Harley, now." So it looks like Joker's getting ready to shoot Batgirl. So definitely be interested to see what happens next. So hopefully Wyatt will keep us updated with that. So again, thanks for sending in the letter with the questions and the artwork. It's always great to hear from you. Okay, so the next letter looks like comes from a Josh Wilkins. Looks like just a letter, no artwork, which is cool. Let's see. "Hi, my name is Josh, and I love watching your videos. You always seem to have the new figures before anyone else. You also give away a lot of free stuff, which I think is really cool of you to do." No problem, Josh. I love doing it. Again, it's just kind of my way of saying thank you for supporting the channel, for watching, for commenting, things like that. You know, I really, couldn't do this without you guys participating and watching my videos. So, again, thank you guys for checking out and supporting the channel. "I've been thinking about starting my own YouTube channel and wanted to ask you if you think that would be a good career choice. I hope you read this letter on video, and thank you for your time, Josh." Well, Josh, that's a good question, and I would say, a little bit depends on your circumstances. If you're talking about starting a channel from scratch, and if you're working a current job or something, I definitely wouldn't suggest that you just quit your job and try and start a YouTube channel as a career. It comes down to, you have to be willing to put in the time. There's not too many people out there who are successful on YouTube that haven't put in years and years of working on their channel and constantly looking to improve it and stuff. So that's something you have to be willing to do. And like I said, just accept the fact that it's not going to happen overnight. Even if you're very talented, even if you have a great on-air personality, it's not going to be something that happens overnight. And the other thing is, a little bit depends on what your idea of success. Most action figure reviewers that I know are not rolling in the money. Some make decent money, but it's not like they're rolling in it. So now I've heard larger YouTubers out there, like say a Philip DeFranco or something like that, I've heard quotes of those guys making $200,000 a month type deal, and I don't know how legitimate those are. I know those guys are able to pull in ad deals outside of YouTube, which I don't think are really available to somebody who's doing just action figure reviews, just because again, it's a small demographic, and I don't think you're not going to find toy companies paying lots of money to advertise on YouTube. I just don't think that's going to happen. So, we're kind of limited with where our sources of income come from as far as YouTube goes, unfortunately. Well, that could change over, time. Who knows? I mean, also the YouTube bubble could burst one day, and nobody will be making a lot of money. So, and that's one of the dangers with a lot of things when you're talking about going into business for yourself and stuff is, it's, especially if you're dealing with like advertising revenue, which is essentially what YouTube is advertising. You never know, when the bottom of the floor is going to fall out from the bottom, and it can happen. Same with websites and stuff. You could be making decent money, 1 year, and then the next year you find that advertising dollars dry up. So, and then there's competition. There's always more and more competition, especially if something is deemed as lucrative. You're going to get more and more people jumping in trying to get a piece of that pie. So that has an effect as well. So basically, when it comes down to it, I would say if you're interested in starting your own YouTube channel, make sure you're passionate about it, because again, it's going to take a lot of hard work, and oftentimes there's not going to be a seemingly reward at the end. So you have to be willing, you have to be passionate to be able to put in that kind of work, I think, if to ever get to the point of being successful enough to be, doing it as a career. And there's no guarantee, so you have to be, realize that. And then, you also have to kind of put yourself out there. There are times, people can be cruel online, and they can, say things that, can get to you. I think everybody who's on YouTube and such, deals with that. And it can be depressing sometimes. It really can. Sometimes it can be uplifting because you get a lot of positive comments and stuff too. So, you just kind of have to be, willing to go through those ups and downs and stuff, I think, if you want to be any kind of, really, honestly, any kind of on-air, online, publicly viewed figure of any kind. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling here, but I would say, if you want to start your own YouTube channel, start off with it. Don't, like I said, if you're working another job, don't just quit your job. Just kind of start it and see, what becomes of it. And if you ever get to the point where it's successful enough and you feel, it's worth quitting your job, then at that point you might. But definitely, I wouldn't suggest you just like quit your job and be like, I'm going to be a YouTuber, because it just really doesn't work that way. So that's the best advice I can give you. Hopefully that helps you, Josh. Again, I appreciate you taking the time to write in with your question. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, if you haven't already, please go out and vote today. If you're a registered voter and of age and everything, please do go out and vote today if you haven't already. And again, appreciate your guys' support of the channel. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.